So in this video, we're going to be studying another two types of advanced training methods, the pre-exhaustion and the post-exhaustion, okay? So basically, in the previous video, we studied supersets. So there's two types of superset, the agonist, antagonist, and the same muscle superset, right? So in this video, I consider the pre-exhaustion and post-exhaustion another two variations of the superset, but we're going to be basing it off of the type of exercise performed over here. So pre-exhaustion and post-exhaustion are types of superset that depend on the type of exercise performed, whether it's isolation exercise or compound exercise. But the agonist, antagonist, and same muscle superset are types of superset that depend on the muscle area involved, okay? So but basically, pre-exhaustion and post-exhaustion are opposites of each other. We're going to understand now, okay? So pre-exhaustion is an advanced training method in which you train two exercises back to back. First, you will train an isolation exercise, then you will train a compound exercise. Remember, isolation is any exercise that involves the movement of a singular joint only, and compound is an exercise that involves movement of more than one joint, okay? So, for example, the first set is two exercises back to back, isolation and compound. This is one set. So as you can see in this example, we have leg extension, which is involving one joint of the knee, and then we have barbell back squat involving two joints of the knee and the hip, okay? This is one set. After we finish one set of two exercises back to back, isolation then compound, we take rest. Then we perform the second set, same two exercises, isolation and compound, back to back, no rest. After we finish the second set of both exercises, then we take rest, and then we perform the third set of the two exercises, isolation, then compound, back to back, no rest, okay? As for the repetitions and resistance, we're going to be following the same as the ascending pyramid. As you are, after each set, you are going to decrease the number of repetitions, 12, 8, 12, 10, 8, 6, and you're going to be increasing the weight, okay? Post-exhaustion is the same but respectively opposite of pre-exhaustion. Post-exhaustion is performing two exercises back to back in one set, but you perform compound first, then isolation, okay? So over here, one set, flat bench press, then incline dumbbell flies. This is one set. In the bench press, I involve two joints, the shoulder and the elbow joint. And in the dumbbell flies, I'm only involving the shoulder joint. So we perform a compound exercise, then isolation. Then we take some rest. Then we go to the second set of a compound exercise and an isolation exercise back to back, no rest. We finish this set, we go to the third set. So the difference between pre-exhaustion and post-exhaustion: in pre-exhaustion, you do isolation exercise first, then compound. In post-exhaustion, compound first, then isolation. Both of them are like supersets because it's two exercises back to back without rest. This is one set. Again, over here, we're going to be following, in all four types of supersets, we're going to be following the same methodology. As you are decreasing the number of repetitions after each set, you're going to be increasing the weight. Now, I'm going to continue this explanation on basically showing my face part in the next part. Alright, so in this video, we're going to basically continue the part where I was explaining in the previous video for the pre-exhaustion and the post-exhaustion, okay? So basically in the previous video, I explained the theoretical aspect, and now I'm going to be explaining it face-to-face, okay? So both the pre-exhaustion and the post-exhaustion are a type of superset. I consider them types of superset because both of them involve the same idea as antagonist, agonist, and same muscle superset, in which you are performing two exercises back-to-back without rest. But the only difference is in agonist, antagonist, and same muscle superset, we were basing them off or differentiating them by the type of muscle involved, all right, or the area of muscle involved to be specific. But in the pre-exhaustion and post-exhaustion advanced training methods, we're differentiating them by the type of exercise performed, whether it's isolation exercise or compound exercise. Now let's just quickly review what that is. An isolation exercise is an exercise that involves the movement of only one joint. For example, the dumbbell bicep curl involving the elbow joint. And a compound exercise is an exercise that involves the movement of more than one joint. For example, the barbell back squat involving the movement of the knee joint and the hip joint, okay? Now, what is the post-exhaustion and the pre-exhaustion, okay? The pre-exhaustion is an advanced training method that involves training two exercises back-to-back without rest, considered as one set. First, isolation exercise, then compound exercise. This is one set, two exercises back-to-back, no rest. After that, you take rest. Then you go to the next set of another isolation and compound exercise, back-to-back, no rest. Then you take rest and move to the third set of another isolation exercise and compound exercise back to back, no rest. Then you move on to the fourth set, okay? To give you an example of this one, we can say the leg extension machine and the barbell back squat. So this is one set. I'm going to perform 12 reps of the leg extension and then 12 reps of the barbell back squat. So in the leg extension, it's an isolation exercise involving the knee joint. And then I'm going to move on to the barbell back squat without taking any rest, perform 12 repetitions of the barbell back squat, which is a compound exercise involving the knees and the hip joints, okay? Then I'm going to take my rest, and then I'm going to move on to the second set of 10 repetitions of leg extension and 10 repetitions of barbell back squat, back to back, no rest. Then I'm going to take my rest and move on to the third set of 8 repetitions of leg extension and barbell back squat, okay? For the repetitions and percentage of 1 rep max, we're going to be following the same idea as the ascending pyramid. As you are going to be finishing each set, you're going to be decreasing the number of repetitions from 12, 10, 8, 6. And as you decrease the number of repetitions after each set, you're going to be increasing the weight load. Okay, now this was the pre-exhaustion. Post-exhaustion is the exact opposite of pre-exhaustion when it comes to the exercise involved, okay? So pre-exhaustion is isolation first, then compound. Post-exhaustion is compound exercise first, then isolation, okay? So it's the same idea, right? So for example, I'm going to be performing the barbell back squat first, then I'm going to be performing the leg extension. This is one set, compound first, then isolation. Then I finish this set, I take rest, then I perform another set of barbell back squat, then leg extension. Compound first, then isolation. We're going to be following the same methodology as we performed in the previous types of supersets, but the only difference in post and pre-exhaustion is isolation first, then compound, or compound first, then isolation.